All right, awesome. We'll get started with questions, and Thad will have our first question.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? You hear me okay?
Yeah, Thad, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Hey, what kind of new dimension maybe does Jerick McKinnon provide this Kansas City offense?
He's electric, man. He gets the ball in his hands, and he's downhill, making guys miss, and he's just like you just mentioned, a little bit dynamic. I played him in the past when he was in Minnesota. Smaller guy, but he's strong. He's a strong runner, and a guy that we have to definitely gang tackle.
As good as this team is with yards after catch, how much of a win is it for you to be able not necessarily to prevent the throw, but prevent everything after the throw if you can?
Oh, it's huge. We talk about that a lot every time we play these guys. It's a whole the play happens, and there's a whole nother play after it. You got to find the receivers, you got to find the tight ends, you got to find the backs, and you got to have eyes on the quarterback. Guys up front to try to prevent them from getting anything downfield. These guys they can literally score on any single play. Like you put on the film from the last couple of years, and you can see that these guys can score on any play. So you have to really just hone in on plastering the receivers and tight ends and backs, and try to force every single throw for Mahomes to be a contested throw.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Micah, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. Leslie Frazier always seems to refer back to that Atlanta game in Week 3 in 2017 as when he saw signs of the secondary really becoming its potential. Did you see it back then? I mean, it was a 2-pick performance for you. Did you see signs of things coming together at that point?
Man, I don't.
I know it was long ago.
It was a long time ago. I would say no. I guess I didn't see it yet. It was too early in the season. To be honest, that 2017 season, if like the whole season, Poe and I, our minds were just spinning. We didn't have the defense 100% down, so we were out in the game and we were making calls. And if you go back and watch the film, we were not 100% with making calls, but we were just out there just playing fast and getting to the football. So I guess I didn't see it then. I can't really tell you what the turning point when I saw it was, but I just know that whenever we've been out there, we've just been out there trying to compete and not give up big plays, and I guess it holds true today.
Yeah, what's it mean to you? And I know you've been asked this question over the years, but you and Jordan just being the first of that free agency recruiting class to be together and still to be together right now, and now finally getting the accolades with Jordan getting the All-Pro thing and you getting the second team. What's that mean to you, to you and Jordan, perhaps?
Honestly, I've told somebody last week, it's an honor. You understand growing up, just being a kid and having a dream of playing the NFL, and then to be considered one of the best at your position in the NFL is just it's mind blowing to me. I know 30 years from now I'll look back and be like, wow, that was pretty impressive. But right now, I'm just more happy for Poe because of I've gotten that honor before. I've been selected to a Pro Bowl, but Poe's kind of just flew under the radar for the last 5 years, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be as good. And I know if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be as good. We've just been helping each other out this whole time. So, those honors they mean a lot to us. But at the end of the day, I think that the team honors are what we're here for. I want to win a Super Bowl. I've said that. I believe that. Take away my honors and give me a Super Bowl, and I'll take that any day. But that's just the type of people that we are, and we're going to continue to work. But it really is a blessing to get the recognition that, I feel like we both deserve. And, since we've been doing for 5 years now.
Last thing, if I may, and I'm sorry for taking so much time, but on the interception Saturday, at what point did you have any doubt you were going to close in on that ball?
It's just something that we practiced a lot. Coming out of the post or coming off the hash and just putting your head down and finding the receiver. And like I said after the game, I kind of just blacked out. And even right now thinking about it, I just was running. I looked up and I was able to spot the ball, which is that's hard to do. It's rare to do. You just look up right away and find the ball. And I did that, and I was able to track it. And it's just something that we practice a lot. We have the jugs in here. We were doing it yesterday and over the shoulder catches and stuff like that. So, I just think that it was an awesome play. Everybody loved it, but it didn't just happen. You know, it was stuff that we continue to work on in practice, and I was in the position to do it.
Thanks, Micah.
Of course.
Hey, Micah, good to see you. How you doing?
You too, man.
So you have the greatest show that you get to watch, this Bills offense. You've talked about it before. What is it about Josh Allen that makes this whole team want to run through a wall for him?
He's himself. Since he got here a few years ago, he's just been himself, and he cares about everybody in the locker room. He's boys with everybody in the locker room. Like, he's a big kid. He just wants to be around the guys. And you know, if I could say what I really wanted to say about Josh Allen and how he ranks in this league, you know, I could go on for days. Like, he is a dog. Like, everything that he does, arm, leg, mentality, leadership, everything that he does, man, he's fit for this role that he's in right now. So, you know, he's one of the leaders of our team. When he goes, our team goes, and he understands that. And you know, it's just a blessing to have him and to be able to work with him every single day. And like I said, I can go on for days. I guess I'll just stop right there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course.
General Hyde, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports Cincinnati. What's going on, guy?
Mook, how you doing, man?
Hey, I need your approval on this. Now, for the past 2 years, I've been calling this secondary the air traffic control unit, the way y'all control things in the air. Can I get your approval on that? You know, I know it's no-fly zones, and I know it's Legion of Booms. What you think about that?
I mean, you know, I like it. I don't know if I can approve it, because I feel like myself approving the nickname is, you know, I don't want to say bad luck, but, you know, I just want to be, you know, who we are and continue to work. But if you want to say that, you can say that. That's on you.
Absolutely, man. And speaking of Sunday, do you expect to see double moves out of Kansas City? And how decisive can Patrick Mahomes be with his eyes?
I expect to see everything out of Kansas City. You know, just on film, they do it all. They do it all. And like I said, they can score on any play. You know, it's their dynamic offense or explosive. So yeah, we can definitely see it all. And then with Mahomes, another guy that can do it all. He can beat you with his arm, beat you with his legs. As far as being a safety, he can look you off and go the other way. He has weapons all over the field. You know, they're got a genius calling plays, so they're able to, you know, try to get some one-on-ones, stuff like that, and those one-on-ones present itself to try to do some double moves. So we just got to be ready for everything, and you know, stick to our fundamentals. And whenever, you know, we always you know, whenever we get in games like this, just tries to hold true, don't give up big plays, and compete.
What do you think it's going to take to get the job done up in Arrowhead?
Complementary football. Offense doing what they do, defense making plays, taking the ball away, and special teams is bringing the energy.
Absolutely, man. Safe travels and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Micah, it's Mike Catalana. You've won on the road in the playoffs in Green Bay, but this particular group, different teams, different years, 3 road games, and you haven't won. What does it take in the playoff atmosphere to win? And how do you go from playing at home like you had last week to embracing what it's going to be like in Kansas City, and maybe even using that to your advantage in some way to feed off the crowd, if that's the way you decide to play it?
Yeah, well, I think the last 3, you just mentioned the last 3 away games in the playoffs we lost, but I didn't even think about that. Like, that's not even something we think about, because even with those games, we felt like we came out, started fast. You know, the game just happened to end up how it ended up. But you know, I think as competitors that we all are, you know, we love home games. We love being in front of Bills Mafia. But at this point, you know, wherever we go, Bills Mafia follows us. So that's number one. Number two, it's kind of cool playing in front of a away crowd, just because, you know, you're in enemy territory. You got your boys with you, who you've been with all year facing adversity. And it's another challenge. So it's kind of cool playing home and away. But like I said, Bills Mafia travels anyway. So they're going to be loud.
And when you talk about trying to maybe embrace that, is it almost something where it's, you know, us, even though the fans do travel, it's obviously going to be mostly Chiefs fans, where it's like us against the world, and you guys enjoy that?
Yeah, if you're a competitor, you better enjoy it. You know, and I just, like I said, I just like going into a away place with my boys with me. And you know, we've been facing adversity all year, and you know, just trying to come out of it and get a win, no matter what way, doesn't matter. Just try to get a win, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Micah. I hate to put you in a position to say something positive or nice about Isaiah McKenzie, but I have to ask you about something. I know. But there's been some people that have been, comparing what he can do in an interesting way to like Deebo Samuel, the guy that you can pretty much line up anywhere and have him do kind of anything. And I know Deebo Samuel's had a lot of success in this league, but I guess from a defensive perspective, how difficult is it to deal with a guy like that you don't know where he's going to line up, and wherever he lines up, he can do so many different things?
Yeah. I mean, you basically said it. He can line up everywhere. It's difficult. Even when we go back to training camp, practicing against these guys in practice, even when Isaiah's on the scout team, doing some stuff, like he's a weapon for our team. And anytime you got a guy like that can run the ball, catch the ball, return, just dynamic. There's only a few guys like that in the league now. You mentioned Deebo. Debo's a big dude. Lil Dirty's not. So I don't know how he's getting those. I don't know how he's getting those comparisons because he's a little man. But no, he's definitely dynamic, and he's a weapon for us, and we appreciate everything he does.
And seeing some of these pregame or mic'd up segments, you really get a glimpse into, the psyche of it all, like getting yourself amped up before the game. Is that tough to do week after week after week? Does it become a grind, or what's that like?
You know what? That's a very good question. That really is. Because I don't call us crazy, man, especially on defense. You got to be crazy to play defense. You got to go out there each and every week, and you got to have the mindset that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to tackle well. I'm going to be violent. I'm going to, kind of got to tippy toe around this whole thing because I just feel like, I can't, there's just so much aggression that you have to have on defense and even on offense. But when you're going out there, man, it's a whole different mentality. It's like a gladiator mentality. Like you got to fight. It's a dog fight each and every week. And I feel like the good teams and the good defenses and, those type of players like that, you got to bring it each and every week. And it's funny, Poe's thing got leaked out or whatever, or got posted, and everyone's like, I love it. Yeah, like that's the stuff that we go through each and every game. Like we got to hype each other up. We know, we practice harder or just as hard as anybody else in the league. So we got to go out there on Sundays and we got to show it. And call us crazy, but that's the mentality you got to have. It's definitely not good to be having that mentality working in a cubicle and having a 9 to 5 because you're gonna be fired real quick or put in jail. But here in this building, you got to have that mentality on Sundays.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Of course, yep.
Hey, Micah. I wanted to ask about Matt Milano. Just you guys didn't have him when you played Kansas City last time. We've seen what he's done on defense all year. So just what does he bring to this team, and what will it be to have him for this game?
Lano's like he's like a unicorn in a sense. He can do it all. He really can. He can blitz. He can tackle. He can cover. He can, he has good hand. He can do it all. And I just think that goes back to his former background. He was a safety back in the day, and kind of moved to linebacker, and he can just do it all for our defense. He's one of those guys that he creates so much opportunity for everybody else on defense. I know that some stuff that he does gives me some reign to be able to do what I do, and that goes hand in hand with other guys on our defense. Taron's like that, Poe's like that. So everyone's able to do their own thing because of guys like that, and huge weapon for our defense.
Thanks.
Yep.
And Micah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thanks. I'm wondering if this feels any different than last year. Last year, you guys, it was Buffalo's first playoff run in forever. Kansas City was the defending champs. You guys were kind of, I don't know, maybe playing with nothing to lose. And this year it kind of feels, at least from the outside here in New York City, like it's Super Bowl or bust for you guys. So I'm curious if this feels any different for you guys than last year.
Every year is different. Every year is a new challenge. Every year is, different guys, different obstacles you face throughout the year. And upon that, every year is Super Bowl or bust. We want to win a Super Bowl around here. It held true last year, held true this year. we want to win the Super Bowl. That's what we're all here playing for. So I mean, but every year is definitely different though.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Micah, Josh Reed here. Thanks for taking the time. Taron Johnson had a really good game, in particular against Tyreek Hill in the slot. The last time you guys played them back in Week 5. What does Taron mean when he's playing at his best in the slot?
Just another, like I just mentioned, Lano. Another one of those guys that is just able to do it all. I mean, Taron should damn near have a neck roll on because he can come in that box and hit with the best of them. He can go outside and in a slot and cover some guys one-on-one. So he's another one of those guys that just allows us to be ourselves and run the defense that we run. When Taron's playing his best, we win games. Simple as that. When Taron's playing his best, we win games.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate your time. Good luck Sunday, man.
Thank you.
Yes, Micah, good afternoon. George Radney, Challenger Community News. Quick question for you, Micah. Now that you've been around long enough where you've seen it before, where before it was the big backs, the big fullbacks and the bigger guys. Now it's just switched back to the Smurfs almost from my era earlier in the day to the smaller guys. How do you corral these small guys? How do you get an angle? Is it an angle or?
It's tough. It really is. I mean, you got some small guys, but you also got other big guys that can run, Travis Kelce and stuff. So yeah. It's just different. It's dynamic guys all over the place. Every team is a challenge when you go out there each and every week. As far as Kansas City Chiefs, man, like they're the quarterback to the weapons that they have. You gotta find a way to contain them. And I think that, you can't stop everything. It's clear. You turn on the film, you can't stop everything. They're going to get some yards. They're going to get some points. But I guess it's on you to kind of bend, don't break, try to make them turn the ball over and put your offense in good position.
And it also sounds like, as you just mentioned, to capitalize on their mistakes is key to really jump on their mistakes.
For sure. Each and every week.
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And good luck on Sunday.
That'll do it for today. Thanks, Micah.
Yeah, of course.